from the basketball team that will be guesting with us in just a few minutes. So,
Oh, we got to start over because I had it on mute. So we're here now.
oh, we're okay.
We missed the first 30 seconds of what we said.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into our program. We're on the McDonald's, Epifano McDonald's Saturday McSports Show. We're live, so just hang in there with us. All right.
Show 2 of 3.
Okay, let's get right to it. Nick Epifano is with us right now, Mr. Epifano McDonald himself. And we are excited about the summer months coming up. A lot of folks will be coming around the area, traveling and stuff like that. And especially here at the interstate location, there's a lot of excitement going
Come on
on.
up and see us.
You know, as to what's going on. But you also have locations, two other locations in Washington Courthouse and also in Jamestown.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about this, sir.
Yeah, so we've got 4 locations all together. So, you know, the Elm Street restaurant is by the high school and courthouse. Leesburg Avenue is outside of Walmart and right off 35 in Washington Courthouse. And it's open 24/7 through the drive-thru. So you can go through there any time of the day and get your McDonald's favorite items. And we have this restaurant at Jeffersonville where we're broadcasting today. It's by the Outlet Mall, right off of 71 and 35. And then Jamestown is right off 35 as you head towards Dayton, Xenia area. So,
All right.
4 locations to serve you.
Now, McDonald's, I think, you know, everyone is probably, as far as word associated, I would think everyone almost would recognize the name of McDonald's for all the years that you guys have been around and things like that. And
Golden Arches.
Golden Arches, different communities. The PlayStation, which we'll open up after we get done with the shows. Yeah. So we've been known for a lot of things, but you've also been known for your hamburgers and also for your drinks and also for the, well, donuts.
Yeah.
Believe it or
got
not.
donuts.
There's all kinds of stuff that's familiar, but also some brand new stuff as well.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
We're doing a test with Krispy Kreme. Our area has the donuts. We have 3 varieties and they're delivered fresh daily. So if you haven't had a chance to try them and you like donuts, and especially if you're a Krispy Kreme lover, try them out. You can get them in a variety pack or you can get them singly or however you want them. You know, they are something that's delivered fresh every day, so we do tend to sell out depending on the day. But yeah, it's a great product to have, and if we have them available, if there's still some, you know, you can get them all times of the day. A lot of times they sell out early because people like that coffee and donut, iced coffee and donut, you know, quarter pounder cheese and donut, you know, there's
all kinds of combination. And of course, one of the things also that McDonald's is starting to offer is you can get a limited supply, but of breakfast items any time of the day.
Yeah, yes. You can get breakfast burritos and hotcakes. So if you want, you know, if you want a little bit of breakfast and it's later in the day, you know, we don't have breakfast all day, all the items like we used to, but we do have those 2 items, and you know, breakfast burritos and hotcakes, 2 of the favorites of just about everyone out there. So if you want that little bit of breakfast in a different time of day or at night or something like that, in our 4 locations you can get one of those items all day long.
Hey, you might have people that go in for the day shift or something like that and didn't have time for breakfast and they're in the mood and get off about 3:30 in the afternoon. They still can get some breakfast.
There you go.
All right, take advantage of that. What else is going on at McDonald's?
You know, we have this new item called McCrispy chicken strips.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so very, very good. They come in a 3 and 4 piece item pack, and we have a new strip dip that you can try, a chili-like kind of sauce you can try with it. And just, you know, something else that, you know, we do with evolving our menu to make sure that we always have something out there for the customer's needs and wants. We've been asked for a while to bring back snack wrap. Mm-hmm. So eventually you'll see these strips be used in making snack wraps eventually. So that'll be coming out later this summer, so you'll have your snack wrap back.
Okay.
And you'll also have these new strips, which you can get with all the McDonald's sauces if you like. But there is a new strip dip that's been designed just for that. And yeah, give them a try. People love them.
I know that real quickly, the McDonald's restaurants always trying to introduce new items and things like that. Have your stores been able to take advantage of that? Sometimes it's introductory of items to maybe the customers in this area.
Yeah, I mean, there's different areas where McDonald's tests things. The Columbus market, which we're in, has a rich history of testing things. I mean, if you go back and look, we tested pizza here. Probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago we had the toasted deli subs. I don't know if you remember that. So we've always got to test quite a few things. This Krispy Kreme line is, was originally tested around the Louisville area.
Okay.
And now we've expanded to our area, which, we're still in the same field office. So, so far it's been going good. We'll see how that transpires. One thing about McDonald's is we always want to make sure that we have what the customer wants. So, we want to try to limit our menu to where it doesn't become too big to where we can't serve people quickly and efficiently,
Right.
as well as, maintain the high quality standards that McDonald's has. But we also want to innovate and, reinvigorate our menu. We've had different versions of strips in the past. I think most people will like this strip, and it's just something else to bring out and try to, give some variety to the menu, and hit some different folks' needs that maybe we didn't have before. We still have our McCrispy chicken sandwich line, and also we have other things too, like frozen beverages, frozen carbonated beverages. We have a new lemonade that we brought out, a premium lemonade. It's not something that's comes out of the soda fountain. This is something that comes out of a special machine. It's a premium product with our orange juice. So it's very, very good lemonade. And then we just are always looking to advance our menu and how we serve you. There's several things that we do. We have mobile ordering, we have kiosks, we have delivery, different ways that you can come through and use the mobile app. You can, like we talked on the previous segment, you could order your food as you're coming down the interstate, pull in here, use the restroom, and by the time you come up to the counter, your bag will be ready. Or you can just go ahead and go through the drive-through if you pre-ordered, prepaid. Or you can also just pull up outside, and there's several ordering spots, delivery spots you can pull in, and we'll bring your mobile order out to you. You don't even have to get out of your car. And if you use the app, then you're gaining rewards, points, and those kind of things. So, one thing we've always strived to do is make sure that we're always there for our customers and trying to innovate and stay top of mind and be relevant with all the customers' needs.
All right. Well, one of the things that McDonald's, Epifano McDonald's, and their 4 locations always likes to do is sponsor Stars of the Game, broadcast on WCHC. And of course, Nick's been doing this now for 2 years, and we'll have some spring sports Stars of the Game in a couple of weeks. But this week we're going to concentrate on the winter sports season, and coming up in just about 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to be talking to some of the young fellows from the Washington Courthouse boys basketball program. But this is just something else that you're able to give back to the community a little bit, and to recognize some of our fine youth.
And we've been blessed to be able to do these things, and like we said previously, we thank you, the customers, for coming in and patronizing us and giving us the opportunity to be able to reinvest back in our community. And that's what we do together. When you come in and spend your hard-earned money in our restaurants, we're going to take a portion of that and reinvest it back in the community with feeding like the homeless, or donations, or different things that we do all across our area of the 4 restaurants that we're in. And today's one of those things where we recognize these folks for the great things that they've done in these different games, as well as we do different things with the student athletes and different awards that we have, to celebrate the youth in our community and some of the great things they do in their community. So we're very thankful for you enabling us to do that, and I'm so grateful for our employees and our family of employees that work so hard every day to take care of you and give us this opportunity also. We'd be nowhere without them. So, I look forward to the show today. I'm very thankful for Randy. Randy and I have been working together for over 20 years doing this on and off, and different formats. Started out in radio and those kind of things, and we're just blessed, and I'm thankful for him and all our folks that help out with this to be able to do this today and have a good time and make a memorable moment for these young folks that they can always reflect on. So we're happy to do it.
All right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to start talking to some of the fellas, and as we mentioned a little bit later on, we'll talk to some of the girls. So Washington Courthouse in this segment. So stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, we're back here at McDonald's, and we have a couple fellas we're going to be talking to. Our first one is the star of the game for Hillsboro back on December the 17th. It's been a long time ago, buddy.
Yeah, a lot.
Roman Krzyzewski. Did I say that right?
Chajewski.
Well, it's close. It's close enough because that's how I always pronounce it.
Good for him.
That's how I always pronounced it. I don't know all the time. Nobody told me I didn't.
Name on every game and everything.
Yeah, but that's the way it is. So Mom and Dad, what his name is. So that's the main thing, I guess. Roman, of course, was a member of the Blue Lions basketball team this year. Had some pretty good games. In fact, I think I wrote down stats. I think you got 20 points and 11 rebounds in that game against Hillsboro. Tell us a little bit about your season overall. What the team did. What you felt you guys did well and things like that.
Obviously, our record only ended up being like 9-13, 9-14. And we thought we could do a lot better than that because we'd have a lot of close games. I think all our FAC games, the 7 ones we lost, we only lost by a total of 23 or 24 points.
Wow, that's close.
2 or 3 point games. But we still had a lot of fun. We were never in the locker room bashing each other, doing stuff whether we win or lose. We would still always just be having a good time and in practice, always be lifting each other. And when we would win a game, it's really nice. We're there for each other. When we lose a game, we're all right, let's just try and get it back for the next one. And so I thought that went really well throughout the season, and I hope that for the next coming years, when you got more talent coming up from the JV team and middle school and the return of varsity players, they can just keep that same good energy that we tried to have this year.
Roman, when you look at yourself individually, what were some of the areas that you felt you were able to grow during your final year with the program?
Almost in every way. I came here my junior year.
Okay.
And I didn't really play a lot. And how I envisioned myself as a player wasn't exactly the way that I found success. My senior year, I personally thought I'd be more like a guard, and I never really envisioned myself.
Really?
Yeah. It's I still think I can do stuff like that, but I never envisioned myself the way Coach B had me operating mostly in the middle, free throw line, and in the paint. And I was able to find a lot of success just brute strength and using some of my footwork and the skills that I have to get past bigger defenders or just being stronger than smaller defenders. And that really worked out a lot for me this season, just to have
What was your game when you look at the season? Did you have a favorite game that you liked? Or?
Oh yeah, for sure. For me, we played a team called South Point, and we played them at Shawnee State.
Oh yeah.
And it was on a Sunday. And they were they would play all really good teams, and they had a good record. And I think we just came off No, I think it was right before we played Hillsborough.
Right.
And they were like talking a little bit trash before the game.
Uh-huh.
And actually, right before we played, there was a fight from the previous teams that I played. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. And I ended up having like 18 points, like just doing everything. And I think we won by like 1 point. Just a crazy game, and especially playing in like a college sport. Easily my favorite game of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're in that college atmosphere with the Southern State and stuff like that. So it kind of has to be a little special for you, think like that.
Sure.
Now, what are some of your future plans?
So right now, I just took up track for the first time, and it's actually going really well.
Okay.
And I'm going to University of Cincinnati for IT.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that I'm able to walk onto the track team, try to make some stuff work with that, and just continue like my career in IT, get my degree, hopefully get a good job with that, and just be able to support myself and like people I care about.
What are you doing track?
So I'm throwing right now, discus and shot put, and I never even knew it was a thing before in high school, but like they told me I might be good at it, and right now I've been having so much success with it. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah. That's great. It's kind of it's amazing sometimes when you're growing up and then all of a sudden you realize you get to your junior and your senior year and you thought, dang, I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah, so it's been like a big just surprise for me. Like I never envisioned myself playing any type of sport outside of basketball before.
That's good. All right, one final question for you. With the track season up, you guys have got districts and so forth like that. Mm-hmm. I assume your goal is you want to qualify for the regionals.
Yeah, of course.
And maybe state.
Definitely regionals first. We'll see about state after that.
I'm putting no pressure on you, Roman, okay? All right. Well, it's been a joy to watch you play this past season. Outstanding player. You've always been very courteous to us when we come into the gym and stuff. You're always saying hi and stuff like that, so we appreciate that. Wish you the best of luck at UC, and at least you're close enough, that everybody can go down and watch you if you get on the track team, right?
Yeah.
All right, good enough. Thank you, Roman, for joining us. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have our next guest right after this here on the Epifano Sports Network. Justin Everhart's with us right now. Who came up with the name Justin?
Well, it wasn't supposed to happen, but...
Wasn't supposed to happen, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll leave that one go then. I got a feeling that's a long story you don't want to get into.
Story.
All right, okay. What was your role this year? What Coach Barter, when he said, okay, here's what I need you to do for our squad, what was some of the responsibilities you got on you?
Well, I was one of the best shooters on the team, so my role was just to let it fly almost. So I was basically like a Steph Curry that couldn't dribble.
Okay.
So I just run off a bunch of screens and circles, catch the ball, let it fly. My role was just to sit in corners, sit a spot up, just catch the ball, let it fly, and go in.
So basically you weren't supposed to fill the role as a point guard?
I'm not really a point guard, I'd say. I'm probably more of like a shooting guard.
Shooting guard, okay. Because I looked here at Amanda. You were starting the game for Amanda Clear Creek, and you had 24 points in that contest. That was one of the first games I think the team played that season, and you had 6 threes, and you basically averaged, I would say, what, 1.5, 2 threes a game?
Average 3 threes a game.
Average 3 games. So that right there is 9 points, and so is that all you did? I mean, I'm sure the coach wanted you to drive something, right?
Yeah, definitely. There was definitely a time where he just kept wanting me to drive, but I think I just held myself to my standards, and I probably shouldn't have, because I could have done a lot more this season. But I held myself just strictly to shooting the ball, and that probably wasn't a good thing.
So what do you want to work on during the off season?
Off season right now, I'm already starting to work on just focusing on ball handling and driving and contact.
Okay.
Just mainly.
Okay. Was there a particular game that you liked or you was proud of? I mean, I know you had that 6 threes in that game, but was there another game or that's kind of stood out in your mind? Or
Well, I think Fairfield Union was also one of my best games played because I made 5 threes that game,
wow,
but I had 17.
okay,
And I made, 4 in the third and fourth quarter, and that's what got us the lead. So,
when a team is, and Roman mentioned that you guys had a lot of close games this year, especially in the league and stuff like that. How does that change your mind thoughts when you're behind? Do you feel like you have to shoot the threes, or are you more concentrating on trying to work the ball inside and hope to draw a foul or a combination or whatever?
well, I'd say even if we're down, if we take out our Logan Elm loss, our team averages like 5 point difference every other game.
Wow,
I
that
know.
close.
Yeah, so we had a lot of close games.
Yeah.
So I think every time we were down, I had a drive to win.
Okay.
So I wanted to shoot, yes. But I knew when the times weren't okay to shoot and when we should move the ball and look for the inside post or inside shots. But I knew when to shoot and I was told when to shoot and I did my job, yeah.
Okay. Now, during the off season, what are you've already mentioned a little bit about some of the things you're going to be working on, other things that you feel that's going to be important for you?
Definitely my athleticism, probably like just strength and athleticism in general. I'm kind of a smaller guy on the court. So if I get bigger, it'd probably be harder to go up against me because it'll be a harder force to go against if I drive and I'm a little bit stronger than I was last year.
Okay.
So it'd be easier to get to the bucket.
Do you have an opportunity to work in weight rooms and stuff like that? Or?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, what are you benching?
Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
Oh, okay. In other words, it's room for improvement, right?
Room for improvement, I'll say
Okay.
that, yeah.
Now, do you do other sports outside basketball?
Yes, I'm a cross-country runner because I need the
Cross country, okay. Endurance.
distance and endurance.
Yeah, okay,
It helps when
good.
you're a shooter.
So it helps a little bit, even though the school's not a big school. It's kind of nice that athletes have an opportunity to participate in 2 sports because one sport can feed off to another sport. Like Roman's talking about, now he's talking about maybe walking on for track and field, but he's played basketball this time, but he's tried another sport and it's kind of worked to him. So that kind of helps you a little bit as well. Do you envision yourself hopefully maybe to play basketball, or do you have any plans along those lines or not?
Yes, my goal is to play basketball in college.
Okay.
That's my number one goal, but if that doesn't happen, I'm not really worried about it. I'm just using it to my advantage to get money off my scholarships so I can just have an easier way in college.
Okay, good enough. All right. Well, good luck during the off season. Work on that speed, ball handling, and we'll look forward to seeing how things go for the next year, okay?
Yep, thank you.
All right, we'll be taking a break. We'll come back. We'll have Jacob Lindsay coming up in just a moment right here on the Epifano Sports Network.
And I would walk 500 miles and I would
Mess around acting brand new.
just to be the man.
Could I get a number 1 with a Coke? Thanks.
Governor out.
Baby, 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 if I kiss you like this,
¿Dónde está mi gente?
whisper like that, but it's all coming back to
It's
me.
on fire.
Hi, sir. Excuse me. You're number 1 with the Coke.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
All right.
All right, we're back here with us right now. Mr. Lindsay, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine. Jacob, you have one of those seasons that basically you were, the 6th or 7th guy, and basically it's somebody gets in foul trouble, you come in and just start knocking people around, right?
A little bit, in a sense.
But was that kind of your goal, is to,
I think my goal for the season was just find my role, fit in, and do what I need to do.
where did you see your role? What Coach Barker, once you got, you in particular, what was your goal that he wanted you to try to accomplish this year?
I think just be a better player than I was last year.
Okay.
More leadership.
Have you felt that you made an improvement over last year?
Yeah, I feel like this year I stepped in
to a role as more of a leader as it is my senior season. It's what is expected.
Okay. As I mentioned before, you were never one of these 20-point scorers. You know, that wasn't your role. But you did the job with 8, 10 points a game. You know, 7, 8 rebounds. That's where you got one of the Star of the Game awards, because you came in, you did your job, you hit the boards, you played good defense and stuff like that. So when you look at yourself going into a game, is it easier to pick up the game as you're watching from the bench, or do you have to kind of get into it a little bit on the court and see what everybody else is doing?
As like coming off the bench, you get to see what the other team is doing, and you get to adjust your playing style to their game plan.
Okay, good. What other sports you participate in?
Football.
Okay. How did you do as far as what did you play on football this year?
I played defensive tackle and offensive left tackle.
Okay.
I think I did pretty well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you got some recognition for that, even though overall the season maybe didn't go away. Of course, you guys played a killer non-conference, so that's hindsight. But you did well in the league. You got a couple wins, and that had to help a little bit momentum-wise and attitude-wise and things like that. So now what's your future plans?
Right now I'm undecided.
Okay.
Between trade school and military.
Really? Okay. What if you got to get a chance to go to trade school? What would you want to do?
Probably be an electrician or something.
Really? Okay. I think we had somebody else say that they want to do that as well. All right. Well, congratulations. You were star of the game. I believe it was against Jackson. That's right. That was one tough team to start off with. So congratulations for that. Jacobs won the Star of the Game for that award, so we appreciate him joining us here for today. We'll come back with more in just a few moments. Stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network.
When a child is sick, there's one thing they need: a really big cookie.
Welcome to RMHC.
And parents of sick children have tons of decisions to make. Like movie night, game night, or should we finish that book tonight? We don't perform surgeries, just talent shows. We're not big on poking sticks and beeping machines, but we're the best at playing dress up. Well, we have a few beeping machines. We think the tooth fairy should travel everywhere. And while hospitals have doctors and nurses, we have mom and dad. We don't provide treatment, but we do provide dogs. And we throw some really good parties. Because at Ronald McDonald House Charities, we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
If you thought one napkin for the quarter pounder with cheese was If you thought one napkin for the quarter pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
Rayleigh's our great-granddaughter. When she was 6 months old, and she was having 30 to 60 seizures a day. Then, last spring, we noticed a bruise on her inside of her thigh. A few days later, they came back with a pathology diagnosis, and it was lymphoblastic lymphoma. Without treatment, death is within 3 to 5 months. You treat her as she's dead. It's that simple. So we're in the hospital, and a lady I've never seen before walks in the room. She said, I'm going to try to get y'all a room at the Ronald McDonald House. I didn't know what that was. I was 66 years old, and the only thing I knew about the Ronald McDonald House was when I went to McDonald's, they had a box sitting by the cash register, and I put money in it. She brought us over here, 1 block from the emergency room entrance of Children's Hospital. Rayleigh's in a wheelchair, and I can push her there in 2 minutes and 12 seconds because I've timed it. Well, we come to know the Ronald McDonald House because in the last 14 months, we've probably spent 100 nights here. But last December, during the night, Rayleigh got sick. Jump out of bed, put her in the wheelchair, and we're racing down the street. We get in the emergency room door. Her temperature in 2 minutes went to 103. She teetered there for 7 hours. And finally her oxygen level in her blood started coming back up. I'm going to say again that we live 3.5 hours away, but we had the Ronald McDonald House, and we were here. If we hadn't been here, the child would have died. I hope your family never needs the Ronald McDonald House. But I want to tell you something. If you do, there's nothing like it. We thank God for it every day.
All right, we're back here on the Epifano McDonald's McSports Show on a Saturday morning. We're talking now bowling. That's right. Kate Bailey slipped in on us. I didn't know she was there, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm here. Okay, thank you, appreciate that. So we're going to talk to bowling. She won our star of the game late in the season. What, Chillicothe? Yeah. Yeah, it's Chillicothe. I got to look at my paper here, and that was a good win for you guys. You'd been kind of staying toward the top as far as the girls division, stuff like that, but that was an important win that picked up. And then you play them, then you bowl them like twice in a couple of days? Or am I wrong?
I believe one of our matches got canceled and then we had to remake it up.
Yeah, because I think you had to bowl them and then had to go to Chillicothe on Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the league was the following week or something like that.
Yeah.
So, do you remember what you finished in the league?
Personally or our team?
Your team.
I believe we were 4th.
Okay.
Or 5th.
Okay.
So.
How many?
It was a little tough season, but I was 6. So.
Okay, you 6 overall.
Yeah.
In the league.
Team. Or I believe we were higher than 6.
Oh, okay. How did you do individually in the league tournament?
I was 6 individual.
6 in the individual.
Yes.
Okay. So let's be honest with you. Hillsborough pretty much dominated it. So you was probably one of the very few non-Hillsborough bowlers that got a chance to be in on that team. What is it about Hillsborough? They're both their boys and girls team. They just dominate all years.
I know. Yeah, I believe they both made it to state. I don't know. I think they just have a strong starting team. Freshmen come in, they're very good, and as the years go by, they just get better.
You've had an opportunity now, what, bowl 3 years?
Yes.
Okay, and I know your sister bowl, I think, your freshman year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you've been a 3-year veteran now of the bowling team and stuff. Individually, what has it taught you? I mean, yeah, throwing the ball down the lane sounds easy, but there's got to be other factors and stuff involved that's kind of taught you a little bit.
Patience is a big one. It's hard. Sometimes you just don't do well. You just have to take a step back, take a deep breath. So I definitely gained patience. And also just teamwork and camaraderie. sometimes it's frustrating when a teammate might not be doing as well as you know they could do. So you have to encourage them.
You kind of have to be an individual, but yet still part of a team, right?
Yes.
So you have to put almost a lot of pressure on yourself to start off with, because it's like, if I do real well, hopefully the team's going to be coming with me, right?
Yes.
Do you know what high series you ever had? I know it's high in 500 something.
Yes. It was, I think, mid-season this last season. I want to say it was 500. Definitely not. It was like 420 maybe.
Okay.
Like 430.
And your individual game was probably, did you over 200, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe let's explain it to the people, like, okay, those are numbers, but what in the world do you mean? Okay, first of all, when you have a match, usually in the league, what's a series?
It's 2 games. So we'll play 2 games, and then we'll play 3 bakers, which are, everybody plays in 1 game out of 10 frames. So.
All right, so series, you're bowling 10 frames yourself with 5 other,
Yes.
4 players, so there'll be 5 of you. It's going for the team score for your series.
Yes.
Baker is the 5 of you, and you get to bowl 2 frames.
Yes, correct.
Who came up with the Baker game?
I cannot tell you. It seems like it's been in bowling for
Forever.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that that term. I was introduced to that. We started doing bowling 8 years ago. That started at CHC, and it's like, what's a Baker game? And you know, we have one person does the first series, first frame, another 3, 4, 5. Then you start all over again. And of course, my question is why, but that didn't matter. But that's the way it is. And to be honest with you, Baker's games is just important because they bump the overall team score up, right?
Yes, yeah.
And you guys have probably been able to win some Baker games that have end up being the difference in your scores and stuff. All right. So is bowling it? Is that all you do?
I also play tennis.
Tennis. I forgot about that. I know. How'd you do with tennis this year?
Pretty well. I was second team All-FAC like 2 years in a row.
Well, yeah, I think you did well then. You make the all-league team, duh. Way to go, young. Stupid question there. All right, well, that's good. I'm glad. Did you play singles?
Yes.
Okay.
This year I played third single.
You was third single. You're the one that has to usually wait till the 2 singles and the double teams have to play first, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
So that can be a long wait.
Yeah.
How'd you do overall? I know you got on the league, so you obviously had a winning record.
Yeah, pretty well. I actually started first doubles.
Oh, okay.
In the beginning of the season, and then I challenged the first single or the third singles player. So I was okay, I'd say. It's pretty rough playing singles sometimes.
Yeah, because you don't have that other person that you can lean on to get by and stuff like that. Okay, future plans.
Education-wise, or finish high school. I still have a year left, and then I have to go into engineering.
Engineering?
Yes.
You have a school picked out for that?
Probably UC.
Well, there are a lot of kids going to UC. Over the years, we've had a lot of kids going down there for engineering stuff. It's an excellent program and
The
stuff.
co-op program as well.
Oh, okay. All right. So will you, or have you, or will you take college courses in high school to help you get ready for that or not?
Yes, I have been taking courses throughout high school and even middle school.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you hit the ground running in college, how much time would you probably already have built up? Hopefully.
I'll have those like general education requirements out of the way, so I should be able to graduate within 4 years because Cincinnati is a 5-year program.
Oh, okay.
So
you'll be able to at least save a year doing that way. Okay, great. Well, that takes a little pressure off of you as far as stretching it out that first year with the general instead of trying to get everything underway. Okay. All right. Well, Kate, congratulations. You are a star of the game against Chillicothe. We wish you the best of luck
Thank
in
you.
the future. All right. We'll take a break, and we will come back, and we're going to go ahead and start talking to some girls for the teams, okay? We'll just get who we got and we'll go from there. So stay with us. In a few minutes, we'll be back and talk to the members of the Courthouse Girls basketball team right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, I guess we're not done with bowling yet. Mr. Anthony Moore is with us right now, right?
Yep.
How you doing, bud?
Doing all right.
Bowling season. You have a player such as a team that has a lot of mixture, senior, junior, sophomore, freshman. As a coach, when you have a team like that has different classes and stuff, how do you decide who starts and who doesn't and all that stuff?
So the way I do my my lineup for my kids when it comes to bowling is I like to collect a lot of data on them. So at the beginning of the year, we haven't had any matches yet. So we do practices and we bowl games in practice, and I keep track of their games in practice. And then to start the season out with, I look at what their scores in practice are, and I use the top highest averages to get my lineup. And then throughout the season, about probably a quarter of the way through the season, once we have a couple matches under our belts, the JV kids are also bowling in matches as well. So when the varsity matches are being bowled, the JV are also bowling. So then I take the competition averages, because it's great that you can go and practice well, but when it comes down to competing, you got to be able to compete during the matches. So part of the way through the season, I start looking at the competition averages, and I go off of the competition averages of where the kids are at. And usually what happens is both the practice averages and the competition averages will go up throughout the season.
Okay.
But yeah, to look at the scores and what the kids are doing, I like to look at their averages, and the ones that are going to be bowling the best are the ones that are going to be starting for the varsity team.
Kate Bailey is one of your key players for the team. I'm sure you'd say, well, they're all key players, but Kate won our star of the game against Chillicothe and stuff like that. Describe her her bowling style.
She's very consistent. When she's bowling well, she's hitting her mark very well, and able to get the strikes. I mean, everybody goes through slumps where they're having a hard time hitting a mark. I mean, I even have that problem, and people have been bowling for years and years and years.
No, you wouldn't have that problem like that.
But it's one of those things where Kate's very consistent. When her sister was on our team as well, when her sister was a senior, I believe it was her first year bowling. I could tell that Kate was actually very, very consistent. She is almost like a perfectionist in some senses of how she is hitting her mark and things like that. She'll be off by her mark by just a little bit, and she'll be like, well, I just missed my mark. I missed my, it was a bad shot. I'm like, it really wasn't that bad of a shot.
Right.
You were close to your mark, but you're right, you didn't hit it, but you were close enough to make it work. So she's very, she wants to be very exact when she's doing things, and she's very consistent when she's bowling well.
I was going to say, we've had a chance now to follow her, I think, three matches that we broadcast on WCHC. And some of the things you're just saying, I remember how she's very meticulous in how she wants to bowl. And she, like you, she would get a little frustrated and thought, well, that was a pretty good shot. I don't know what she upset about.
A lot of people, a lot of the girls on the team, they would get frustrated when things weren't going their ways.
Yeah.
And that's experience and just mental toughness, and being in those situations and trying not to let that stuff bother you.
How much practice do you try to get your bowling team to do?
We have weeks of practice before our first match usually. We practice 4 days a week for 2 hours at a time.
Really?
So we get in there and we get a lot of practice in.
Okay. This season, maybe you didn't finish as high as you'd like to, but you were able to get some key wins. The one we did with Chillicothe was a big win for you guys. And when you look at the program, obviously we talk Hillsboro's.
Hillsboro's always
cream
really
of the crop.
good.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Miami Trace has had some good success and stuff like that. So you guys are kind of in the middle per se, but it's not like you haven't had success, especially in the girls' side. The boys have done pretty good as well.
Boys did very well this season. When it comes to our league is very good when it comes to bowling. It's one of those things where if you've got a couple key athletes, a couple key bowlers that are going to be averaging well, you've got a really good chance of going out there and winning some matches. And it's one of those things where Hillsboro always seems to have at least 5 girls that are averaging well.
Right.
And that is very good for their success. With Trace this year, Trace has 2 to 3 bowlers that bowl really, really well, and then they've got a couple bowlers that bowl okay. And that makes for a really hard team to beat sometimes. And it's one of those things where I don't think I had any matches where every single girl was bowling their very best together at the same time. And that's the thing about bowling is you never know if you're going to bowl really well that day or you're going to have some time to struggle that day. And when it comes to the end of the match, you might win by a pin or you might lose by a pin.
Right.
And honestly, it's one of those things where when you lose by a pin, those are usually harder to swallow than if you lose by a whole bunch.
Yeah. You'd rather get blown out than, have the close ones.
Sometimes, because then you're looking at it like, man, I missed that spare, or I missed that shot here or there.
Yeah. Or unfortunately, you may have thrown a gutter bowl if you had gotten at least some kind of contact.
I was going to say that, but I'm like, I don't want to put that out there.
But that's all right. I'll put it out there, folks. If you hit a gutter ball, it could affect your score as well.
Some of us that throw a lot of gutter balls.
Yeah, to say the least. When you look at the league overall, we mentioned before how strong they have been and things like that. Where do you see this league going in the future? We're going to still see Hillsboro dominating. We're going to see some maybe other programs start to come up. What?
So I think Hillsboro is going to be good for a few years. I don't remember how many seniors they had this past year, but I knew when I looked at their roster in the postseason, they had a lot of younger kids on their roster. So I think they're going to be good for the next couple years. But it's one of those things where if you know kind of what you're going to have to go against, it kind of helps you know what you need to do in order to be successful. It's one of those things where I really feel like the girls that we have on our team right now and the girls coming back next year, if they put their minds to it and they believe in themselves and they practice throughout the year and they go in there and they get the reps in, there's no reason why they can't go and compete against Hillsboro. That is a possibility. And that's the thing about bowling is if you go out there and you bowl and you do it as much as you can or just more consistently a couple times a week, you can go from 120 average bowler to 190 average bowler just from getting that practice in. One of the things I tried to make sure my girls knew is just the basics of the game. Go out there, find your mark, know where you're standing on the approach, watch your ball, what it's doing, so you know if you need to move your feet left or your feet right. It's one of those things where the basic concepts are very basic, but it's very important to be able to play the game and to learn to play the game and to be able to make those adjustments that you need to make. So I feel like every single one of my girls, if they go out there and practice on their own, if they're paying attention to what's going on, they will be getting better.
Finally, I know that, your family business has, over the years, offered youth bowling to the kids and stuff like that. How much has that been beneficial to the kids when they especially get to the high school level?
So the kids that are bowling from when they're a little kindergarten, younger than that potentially, those students bowl well.
Okay.
I believe we had, I think, 1 or 2 athletes that were bowling in the junior leagues for the last couple of years.
Okay.
Nick Walker and Mason Mullins.
Right.
Both of them bowled in the youth leagues, and they were both very, very good.
Right.
Some of the other kids, I think, bowled in some leagues over the summer and things like that. But just going out there and bowling once a week, that helps a lot, and just being around it.
Right.
So yeah, the youth leagues do help a lot, and just being out there and bowling gets you to the experience you need for that.
I was going to say that's the reason I ask that, because, even though you might decide you want to bowl, showing up the week of practice is not necessarily the time to start bowling. You need to do it during the off season.
Right. I know we got summer passes that are going on right now. We use some funds that we have in our account to make those cheaper for our athletes, to try to get them out there more often to bowl. And the students that do take advantage of that, for example, John Rader, he graduated this year.
Yeah.
When he was a freshman, he used that pass every single day.
Wow.
And he was one of the kids that went from averaging 120 to the next year being the top of the FAC.
Right.
So it's one of those things where the experience and getting out there and just doing it as much as you can will help a ton.
All right. Well, wish you the best of luck during the off season. I know you've got other things that you'll be working on. And then bowling season, believe it or not, it's going to be here before we know it.
Yes, it will be.
And hopefully things will go good for the Blue Line ladies on the bowling team for next year. So with that, we thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry I missed you. But we got him on the air, and that's the main thing, folks. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to start talking to some of the girls from the girls basketball program. So stay with us right here on the Epifano Saturday McSports Show. Say that real carefully, young. We'll be right back. Back. Everybody else is playing in tournaments and stuff?
Yep, we got 2 in tournaments and 2 that just couldn't make it today.
All right, that's the way it happens sometimes. We do the best we can. Kaylee Ellers is with us right now. I saw your dad here, so I knew you were going to make it. So, yeah. All right. About the season.
She's going to be one of the ones, too, that are like the all-time number of times being on.
Yeah, she's been on for soccer, and she's been on a couple times for basketball and stuff like that. So, yeah, you keep working at it. You've got a couple more years, right?
Nope, this will be my last year coming up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, where did that time go?
I know.
My goodness. I've been doing this all day, so I'm getting the wrong classes and everything else. So don't mind me. All right. So anyway, you started off the basketball season. You were hurt.
Yeah, I was.
And you kind of had to work yourself into the rotation and stuff like that. What were the steps that you had to take to get ready for that?
Just focusing on maintaining my physical health and making sure that I was keeping up with taking care of my body and doing the stuff that I needed to do after practices and before practices just to stay recovered and get strength back.
So was it an ankle injury? Or?
No, it was my back. It was my lower back.
Your back? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did you miss any soccer season?
No. It started to bother me towards the end of soccer season, but by the time soccer season was over, it wasn't enough to affect me to stop me from playing. And I was already at that point. I had come back from a shoulder surgery, so I was like, I want to finish this soccer season.
Right.
Started late anyway. So I finished soccer and then kind of struggled to get into basketball, and so I didn't play the first part of the season, but we figured it out.
As the season progressed and stuff like that, where did you see you personally growing at?
I think just knowing my position and knowing what the team needed, just knowing where we needed to have support with each other and like what we needed in a locker room and just things almost outside of the court that we needed to help us on the court.
When you look at your team, you guys had some close games down the stretch. Some of them went your way, some unfortunately didn't go your way and stuff. What did the coach try to teach you guys through that adversity that maybe you had to go through?
Just coming together. A lot of the times if we struggled to play good games, it was because we weren't playing together. And he tried to really teach us like playing together is what we have most success through. And it really started to show when we would have those good games and break that wall of not getting over winning.
So what's your future plans?
Hopefully, I plan on going to school either way, but I would like to play sports in the future, but we'll see. I got some figuring out to do and plans to.
You kind of have an idea what you'd like to study at least, or?
Athletic training.
Really? Okay.
I'm at Laurel Oaks right now for exercise science. So.
Okay, good. All right. I'll give you a name of someone that I know that's in athletic training. It's really good. So after the show, I'll give your name to you. Might want to check them out at the Otterbein, okay? All right. So I'm going to take a break. Hey.
Time to take a break?
I know people. We're going to talk to John Dennon, okay? And then we'll wrap it up. So stay with us here on the Epifano Sports. All right, we're back here. One more guest with us today, John Dennon, the girls varsity basketball coach at Washington Courthouse. Of course, some of the girls' other commitments cannot make it, so we'll make sure they get their plaques and stuff like that. John will take care of that. But we didn't get a chance to talk to you the last time for the student athlete. Mr. Ellers did a good job for you, by the way.
He does a great job for us.
So, you might want to talk to him about maybe a salary raise or something.
Well, I can talk to him about a salary raise. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get it.
He might have to work as the soccer coach and working on a salary increase or something.
He's got me a soccer job
really?
Next year, so.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to be the PA announcer, so.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. we'll have a good time with it.
Well, the thing is, though, I've watched you a lot and I see you a lot. You're attending all the different girls' sports games and stuff like that. And that's really important, I think, for a coach of a particular sport to show interest in the other sports that the girls are participating in.
Well, yeah, absolutely it is. Callie has worked out on her own basketball-wise this spring, and she's been in the weight room. She's had to have some rehabilitation on her shoulders and things. So we didn't have her last summer because she's rehabilitating. And
right.
Plays pretty hard on the soccer field, and then her back started bothering her. And, she missed 4 or 5 games. But to build a program, I'm a big believer that I want my kids playing school athletics.
Okay.
they're dealing with professional people there, people that have graduated college, and whereas, I got kids that are out playing AAU basketball today, and they're dealing with good people, but sometimes kids don't get hooked up with good people or professional people on the AAU circuit. So I'm a big proponent of, I want my kids running track and field, playing softball in the spring here, and in the fall there's a lot of volleyball and soccer and stuff like that. So I've always been that way, and so when I try to push them to go that way, then I just need to show up, and I don't necessarily have to stay 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
I just need to make a little eye contact with the kids. Oh, Coach Dennett's here, and Mom and Dad, and talk with them a little bit. Our numbers have exploded. We have 29 kids signed up at the high school level. 27 of the 29 I'm very excited about.
Wow.
And mostly 2 classes back to back, what will be our sophomore class and what will be our freshman class. That's where a majority of those kids are coming from. Joe Kimlin, our athletic director, when I talked with him about that, he's like, well, we need to find some more games then, don't we? I'm very excited about that. Overall in the program, we have like close to 60 kids signed up for basketball, 7th, 8th grade, and at the high school.
Hey, welcome back to the holiday tournament.
Yes, and
Okay. Excited about that.
That kind of started with Greg Phipps, and Greg asked me about it, asked me about the history of that.
Did you play in it back in the day?
Back in the day, Coach Schaefer and my teams played in it, and Randy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your interview.
Well, Randy will remember that was the days that at that time we could have played Miami Trace 4 times in 19 games.
Right.
Okay. And I'm going to speak for Coach Shaver because he speaks for me all the time. So I mean, we talked. I was like, nah, we just didn't know if we wanted to do that 4 times with Miami Trace.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave us, when I say they, the administration at the time gave us the opportunity to, okay, we agree with you guys, and so we walked away. But now, we play 22 games. We won't be playing Miami Trace in the tournament because it's going to 7 divisions.
Right.
So, to me as a coach, playing them 3 times, possibly, it's not a done deal all the time, but that's a lot more attractive to me. Now, that's a very competitive basketball tournament, though. Yes, I'm sitting here on the May 17th. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope December 17th. I'm excited about too. It's
You might be going, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, it's 4 competitive schools. And but I think it's great for the community. We're excited about it. Joe Kimling, our new athletic director, he's excited about it, and we're looking forward to it.
Okay, well, good. Well, I know we're looking forward to it. We're sitting here just salivating right now. Oh, great! This is fine. We finally got them back together. Yeah, so that's good.
All right.
So now, overall, the basketball season. I know record-wise you didn't have the year you wanted, but there was some good signs there, some improvement and things like that. Talk to us a little bit, if you can, what you want now for the future. I mean, you kind of alluded to a little bit with the younger King coming up. But
Well, I feel like we made steps moving forward. We went from 7 wins to 9 wins. If we're going to get judged on that, we went from having, 16 kids to 20 kids in the program at the high school level.
Right.
We're getting kids with more basketball experience because we're finding them early in the middle school, and the elementary program is paying off with numbers also. So we're very excited about that. We are going to Murfreesboro, Tennessee here in June to play where I went to college at Middle Tennessee State University.
Okay.
So we're leaving June 15th and going to be down there till Thursday, and I played 10 games down there in 4 days at MTSU's basketball camp, and I was always invited back to do that.
Uh-huh.
Some of the reasons why I never went back, because that is the state champion where they hold the state champions at in Tennessee. So everybody that's any good comes to that camp because they want to play on the floor where you play the state championships at. So the competition is going to be challenging. I want to say that I went down and scouted our opponents because during spring break, my wife's from Nashville, so we go down there quite a bit. So I did go to the state championships at MTSU, and we got our work cut out for it a little bit, but
that's all we're going to go.
Our goal is to take 24 kids there, and I think we're numbers-wise, we are really close to that.
Okay.
We'll probably find out more Monday evening. We're having a big meeting.
Are you going to do an A team, B team, or?
Yeah. Which we're going to try to play 3 teams. We'll have 2 high school teams and a middle school team.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're shooting for.
Okay. I'll let you get a second plug in here. You got a camp coming up, right?
Oh yeah, we do. We have an elementary camp coming up. I should plug that a little better. It's
May 27th through the 29th.
Oh, there you go.
It's all over the Facebook, so I got the info, buddy.
Every kid in the school district got a flyer to take home the old-fashioned way, and so we got kids signed up, and I'm a camp guy. Okay, I just I grew up and I think probably I was the first guy that ever went to camp, and when I was 16, 17 years old, I loved the game of basketball, and I remember coming back saying, "Coach, man, we got to get some more guys to go to camp," and what a great experience it was for me. And gets kids on college campuses if they're going to go that route, and I feel like I've never really been to a bad college campus. They're all different.
Right.
And first time I've been to Tennessee, been to Virginia, been to North Carolina. So
wow.
Let's go check out Nashville.
Okay. It's back to your old stomping grounds.
Back to the old stomping grounds.
All right, good enough. Well, look forward to how the off season goes for you.
Yep.
And looking forward to next year.
We are, yeah.
All right, good enough.
We'll see you before the McDonald's tournament, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We'll be there.
All right.
One way or another, we'll be there. All right, we're going to take a final break. We'll be back right after this here on the Epifano Sports Network.
And I would walk 500 miles and I would walk around brand new just to be the man.
Could I get a number 1 with a Coke? Thanks.
Coming around.
Baby, 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 if I kiss you like this, whisper like that, but it's all coming back to me.
Hi, sir. Oh, excuse me. You're number 1 with the Coke?
Thank you.
Enjoy.
All right.
All right, we want to thank everyone that was able to make it for the program today, and we hope that you've enjoyed the interviews that we've had. We'll post pictures and that much more on the Epifano Sports Network Facebook page, as well as our Fayette 43160 page a little bit later on. We are planning June 14th to do the spring sports student athlete and also the stars of the game. We'll have all one. It'll be in 2 different shows, but it'll all be on one Saturday. Since we're only going to do about 5 or 6 stars of the game for baseball and softball, we'll have male and female winner from Courthouse, Trace, and Greenview. So that's coming up in just a couple weeks, so be looking forward to that. We'll promote that a little bit more when we get closer to it. Thanks to you. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend. Don't drink, don't drive. And if you're going to graduation parties and stuff, same thing, right? We don't want to see any incidents where people are unfortunately getting killed because of drunk driving. They just don't mix. And for that, for Nick Epifano, I'm Randy Young. Thanks for joining us, and have a good day, everyone.